Yo, how's it going everybody? Welcome back to another video. Now today we're going to be talking about the visual picker component in the library. We have three different pickers right here. We have a design with a logo, photographer, programmer, and we can see that photographer has its own description, and that description has its own description as well. And we can see that we also have a header as well as a required tag. Now without further ado, let's get into it. Alrighty, so last time we left off we were talking about the Google address lookup and the Google map as well. Now we're going to go ahead and delete all of it. We don't need any of it for this tutorial. I'll go ahead and clear this out as well. We don't need this logo either. Let's go ahead and clear out all of this. Alrighty, so how do we actually use a visual picker? It's pretty simple and it's pretty straightforward. We're going to call the visual picker component from React Rainbow Components, and inside of there we can give it a option or a visual picker. So we can call visual picker option like so, and inside of here is where we can add our logos, our descriptions, options, whatever we want. We can put it inside of this and it'll encapsulate that individual picker option. So let's say for example we wanted to add a title, so I can do, let's say, an H4 tag inside of here. I'll type in here title, and if I were to save it, we should see a simple visual picker with just a simple title, nothing else inside of it. Alright, so now let's say we wanted to add an icon or an image. Well, that's really simple to add. I went back into box icons and I found this cute little ghost right here, and I'm just going to go ahead and plop it in right above my title right there, and if we go back into the app we'll see the ghost pops up right there. So now let's say we wanted to actually select a visual picker. Right now if I click it, nothing happens, which makes sense. So firstly, what we have to do is we have to give this visual picker a name. So in this case, I'm going to call it name is equal to ghost picker, and if I click it, nothing's going to happen because we still haven't implemented any of the logic yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a useState variable, which is going to be equal to null. So I'll do const selected, set selected is equal to useState of null initially, and after that we're going to create a on handle change function. So the const handle on change, whoops, is equal to selected, and inside of here all we're going to do is we're going to call selected to be set, we're going to call set selected to equal selected, and here we're just going to do console.log selected. So now what we have to do is we have to apply this handle on change to our visual picker tag right here, and how you do that is really simple. All we have to do is call on change, and we're going to pass in handle on change function right there. And we also have to give it the value that we selected, so I'm going to do value is equal to selected. And so now if we try to select it, we should see that it works. We have a check mark as well as the ghost picker being console log right there. Now let's say we had multiple options and we also wanted the user to be able to deselect their option. Well, that's really simple. You have to give it a prop of multiple, and now if we click it we can select it and deselect it, and we can see that it's actually an array as opposed to a string. Now let's say we want to add a little bit of extra information to our picker. That's really simple on how to do. Underneath my title, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the tag visual picker option footer with the self-closing brace, and inside of here I'm going to give it a couple of props. Now from the props that we have, we can select from, we have class name, description, key, label, ref, and style. For our case, we're just going to be using description and label for today, so I'm going to call description, and inside of the description I'll just type in here ghosts are scary, and for the thing is label, we'll just type in here what I think of ghosts. And so now if we look at it, we should see our icon image, the title, what I think of ghosts, and what I think of them. Alrighty, now let's go ahead and add a couple more pickers and see what that looks like. So if I go back to my box icons, I'm going to go ahead and select this video recording, and I'm going to copy this visual picker option right here, and underneath it I'll just go ahead and paste it. I'll copy this right here and I'll paste it right here like so, and for the name I'll call it video recorder picker, and for the description we'll say here I'm recording videos, and for the label we'll just call what am I doing. And so now if we go back into it, we should see two different options. And if I click on either of them, we should see that we have Ghost Picker, and then we have Ghost Picker and Video Recorder Picker. Let's go ahead and change the title actually. Ghost Picker and Video Recorder Picker. There we go. Now that looks a lot better. So now if I click on either of them, we can see that it unselects them, and we can also select them again. So it's looking a little small for me. We should make it a little bit bigger. And how to do that? We're going to be using the size prop inside of the visual picker tag right here. And by default, it'll always be set as medium, but if we want it, we can set it as large. Now be wary that if you do have a lot of content and you set it as small, it'll look like that. Some of the content will be out of the actual picker, and some of it just won't appear like the icon. So now if we make it as large, we should see everything fits, and it's hella big. Alrighty, so that concludes this tutorial. If you found it useful, be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.